Hi everyone, so it's Sunday 19th of May. I'm BigFriendlyWarGamer, as you probably know. I'm going to sit and try and get an hour of painting in, and I'm going to ramble along like I normally do. I'm aware that my videos have been a bit sporadic of late through illness. Luckily my voice is more or less back. I've still got a bit of a sore throat, but it's nothing I can't handle now. So yeah, I'm going to first show you what I've got on my desk, and then we'll get to painting. So I have more or less got on my desk a lot of what I had last week. I've finished all the undead that I had on my desk, so the 5 Black Knights, the 15 skeleton spearmen, but I've still got the Chirrut Stalker, which I would really like to get this finished, because it's been part painted for so long that I just want to get it done. I want to get it done and I can put it away and forget about it for a while then. We got 5 Bloodletters, which are these guys. Now I've been working on them bits and pieces over the week. So their horns need dry brushing, their swords need dry brushing, they need the black on their backs, and their tongues need painting, and they need basing, and they're done. We've got my 3 Death Guard guys who are on their way. I've been doing bits and pieces on them as well this week. 5 Blood Angel Tactical Marines for my 30k army. Now they are base coated, shaded, and they basically need highlights and details painted, and they'll be more or less done. The Death Guard the backpacks are on my new contraption thing, which is a new Citadel paint holder with claws. We've got a Primaris Captain in Gravis armor, who will be going on that paint handle in a minute when I remember to do it. And we've got the Primaris Ancient and a Lieutenant at the back there. We've got 3 Canoptic Wraiths, who again, they're models that I want to paint, but I just haven't got round to. I don't tend to field Canoptic units in my Necron army. Just they don't fit with the theme, so I don't field them. And we've still got my rather bare painted, rather bare metal Hive Tyrant, which I need to get painted for in the next week or so. Which will still fill its gaps, which I'll get round to that. But there we go. That's what my desk kind of looks like at the moment, the mess. There's finished Bloodletters over there, just so I can remember where I'm going with these Bloodletters. And yes, it is a bit of a mess, but I'm hoping to get some of this off my desk today, more of it off my desk during the week, and hopefully all of this finished, apart from maybe the Wraiths and the Hive Tyrant, finished by next weekend, by end of the month at the latest, but we'll see. So I'm going to set my camera up and I'm going to get painting. Right, so let's tell you what, let's start off by getting some clean kitchen roll. I've been doing a lot of dry brushing, and quite frankly that kitchen roll that I was using is a bit past it now. So mainly today I think we're going to be working on the Bloodletters and the Death Guard. As much as I want to get this guy done, he's just a bit overwhelming at the moment. So right, so let's start off with the Bloodletters. Get all 5 of them out of here, and the Death Guard can go at the back. So yeah, so the last sit and paint, last ramble that I did a couple of weeks ago now was relatively short. You would have heard why, because my throat was really quite bad. Yes, I'm still having some problems, but they're nothing I can't handle now. Still got to clear my throat every 5 minutes it seems, but there you go. So I'm going to get some Abaddon Black, put it on my palette and start work on these Bloodletters. But yeah, work's been okay. I'm gradually getting my sleep pattern into order, but every now and then I kind of fall out of it. Like today, I didn't really sleep much last night, so I'm kind of struggling a little bit today, but it's okay because I've got nothing planned. Tomorrow I'm at the club playing Battlefleet Gothic for the first time in quite a long time. It should be cool. So right, what I'm going to do with this is basically they've got the hair down the back of down the back of their back. I'm going to paint that black. I'll just pan that around a little bit. I'm a bit out of practice with this camera at the moment. As you may have seen, I've got a new intro. This has come about because I've got a new computer, and my new computer doesn't want to recognise any of my old laptops' programs and stuff, so I thought, why not start a new one? I mean, the one that I had was originally from the other year anyway, so it might be something I do now is each year I'm going to do a new little intro scene with the models I painted from the previous year. I think that might be a cool idea. So just picking out all the it's got how would you describe it? Scales. It's the best way I can describe it, I think. In black on his shoulders and down his back and stuff. It's got some on his legs as well. And I don't want to go overboard with this because I still want the model to look primarily red. Just need some more water in that. But yeah, I took the plunge and I bought myself some new Death Guard stuff. Now I know I've got the next round of 40k Conquest coming, I would say that probably this week, but it was bugging me a little bit that some of the units weren't complete units, so I bought myself a box of Death Guard Terminators. Now I know Terminators aren't particularly great in 40k, but it was bugging me that I had a unit of 3 and you need to have a minimum of 5. So I went and bought some. Haven't assembled them yet. I've got to say I've bought probably a bit too much of models in the past week or so. I bought some more Bloodletters because I wanted to get that last box I needed to finish my 2k Age of Sigmar army. I bought another box of the human team along with the ogre for Blood Bowl, because I'm going to be starting a human Blood Bowl team, which I'm hoping to start painting in the next couple of weeks. So I don't know when the next Blood Bowl League will be kicking off, but I don't think I'm going to be able to run it because of work commitments. So, but we'll see. I also bought the Khorne throne thing for Age of Sigmar because I thought it looks like a cool piece of terrain. Like at the moment with Age of Sigmar, I don't know about the expansions. It seems like Age of Sigmar is getting a new expansion every week, and I'm kind of a bit lost with some of it. So like the endless spells and all that stuff. I don't know what any of that does, and I wouldn't want to know because I'm Khorne. My demons are Khorne based anyway, so yeah. Just got some scales on his chest as well. I'm going through these fairly quickly. Now I probably should be a bit more careful with these because the scales are falling off their bases. No, the scales are, they're not like one big clump of scales. They've got like little spots across his body. I could be really careful with it and just paint each spot, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm going to do it like this. So I'm doing it like this. I started painting last week. I'm trying to think when it was now. And basically I wasn't really in the mood for painting, but I was aware that I hadn't painted much this month and I had to get something done. So I did what I normally do. I just got random stuff out of my cases, which consisted of some undead, some blood angels, some bloodletters, and really quite a lot of random stuff. And a lot of it was stuff that I could dry brush. Now, some more experienced painters will say that dry brush is a beginner's method, and anyone that's been painting for a long time probably shouldn't use it. And I've been painting for probably close to 30 years now, and I still dry brush. Dry brushing for me is very relaxing. You spend so much of your time concentrating really hard on what you're painting. Edge highlighting takes forever, and layering does as well. With dry brushing, it's a lot more relaxed, and yeah, it does really quite chill me out. So yeah, I was dry brushing a lot of stuff. I dry brushed these bloodletters, their skin. I dry brushed the skeletons and the black knights. Now they're finished and back in their case. I said to a friend about I'm not painting the undead guys because I want them for an army or anything like that. I've had a really big undead army for quite a long time, and I just always thought it would look cool as an army to have them finished. Now I'm aware that unless I take something like Nagash, that like a shambling horde undead army isn't very powerful, but that's fine, because I'm not in the hobby to be powerful and all dominating and beat everyone all the time. And I'm not even looking at using them in games really, because that's what the bloodletters are for. But I quite like the idea of getting them finished. Just how cool they'll look. All the hundreds of undead models that I have, which I've had for a long time, some of which are like 2 or 3 generations old models. So, and they're all done in like a very drab black and brown colours. And being undead, I didn't want them to be in bright colours standing out, and they really don't stand out. They are just drab browns and blacks, and I really like how they're coming. so I carry on painting them like that, and it's fairly quick. I mean, I only started them last month. I would say I started them last Monday, and I've got 20 of them finished in the space of a week, probably less than a week. Now, after tomorrow, my priorities might shift a little bit, so I'll be painting some very different stuff. I've got into A Song of Fire, Ice and Fire, which is Game of Thrones for all you people who are watching the TV programs. I bought my first set, which is the Stark Heroes, the first hero set, and I'm going to have a go at painting some of them over the next couple of weeks as well. And basically my plan is to hit the 200 model mark within the next couple of months. I know I can do it because I'm painting stuff that's relatively quick. And I'm really I want to get my Reaver Titan built and painted. So if I hit my 200 models, which I'm going to do, because I'm on 134 now after the Undead Horde that I painted the last couple of days. Once I hit that, my painting is going to slow down a little bit, but I'm going to be building that Reaver Titan. Now, one thing I'm going to definitely have to do as well is get a case for it, because there's no way I'm going to leave that out on my desk for long term, because it will collect dust, it will stand there for ages and probably not get touched for a while, because painting and building that thing is quite nerve-wracking. I mean, it's a huge model. So yeah, it is really a big model, and I would like to get it done, because it's been in a box now for probably 4 years, and it deserves to get done. It was an expensive model. Leaving it in a box like that isn't doing the model justice. So, I mean, some people have said that they could see me selling it, because I've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, and I'm like, nope, I'm not going to sell it. I've got no reason to sell models. I mean, I know over the past few months I have sold a few bits and pieces, but mainly because there's stuff that I don't want. So right, that's all the black done on the Bloodletters. Yeah, because I'm good with my memory today. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start painting the silver on the Death Guard. Clean my palette, as you always should. Some people don't, but that's fine. Get that paint that's hanging loose from there. Let's switch our water pots. So we're going to get some lead belcher. Now, some of my paints are running low again. I don't think this one is. I think this one will be fine. Yeah, there's enough in there for what I need. So I'm going to wet the brush, stick some in the paint well. Right. So I'm going to get my slightly larger brush for this because some of these are quite big areas. And I'm just going to start painting all of them, all the silver parts. So we're going to do his knife. But yeah, I've been putting off doing this. I mean, it gets harder. It's been harder now to do these rambles because I don't have the house to myself very often. There's always someone here now. That's not a bad thing necessarily, but I'm quite aware that I'll get interrupted a lot. So I don't want to. I want to be able to sit and paint and just sit and paint and not get interrupted every 5 seconds. Which I'm not saying I do, but there's that chance that you will. So I like the idea that I can just sit and paint and just get on with it without interruptions. So. Yeah, I mean, yesterday I got quite a lot of painting done. I mean, I got up, I think it was about 10 o'clock, and I stopped painting about 2 o'clock in the morning, I think. I've been a bit before that, but yeah, I got quite a lot done. I haven't had a painting session like that for quite a while, so it was nice. Now I could have been in Games Workshop today, but I decided not to. I was up there Friday. Now Friday I probably made a bit of a silly mistake, and got up dead early, went up Uxbridge. Not called Games Workshop anymore, it's the Warhammer store. I've got to remember that. Took me 2 hours to get there and an hour to get back. I was only in the shop for about half hour. That was kind of my day. That was me done for the day. Doesn't sound like a lot, but I've been working the night before. And I was quite knackered, so I crashed. I had dinner, I cooked myself dinner, and basically just fell asleep on my bed till midnight. So that's what's thrown my body clock all out. That's why I'm not sleeping too well at the moment, because I'm sleeping at random times. But that's okay, I'm getting there. It's difficult because you're literally, when you work nights, you're fighting all your natural impulses of sleeping during the night and eating breakfast and stuff like that. You're fighting all of that. It's difficult to do. I mean, I know I've worked nights for nearly 20 years, but just having a little bit away from it and going back to it is quite difficult. So I reckon it would probably take me another couple of weeks to a month to adjust fully to it, but that's okay. I can handle it. So yeah, so looking forward to playing Battlefleet Gothic tomorrow. Haven't played it, like I said, in quite a while. I ran a little intro game at the club. Got to be at least 2.5, 3 years ago now. But yeah, it'd be nice. Got to get my box sets out of the cupboard and get stuff sorted and that. But yeah, it should be cool. I mean, are all my ships painted? Nope. But it's okay, because to start with, we're just kind of learning the game. So I think that's him. It's all this silver painted. It's got no chainmail or anything. No, that's that guy. So we're going to move on to their backpacks. Now this thing is Sistel's new paint handle extender thing. It's basically so when you part paint models, you can attach them differently. Now the only downside I would say with it is that the grippers haven't got foam on them. As you can see there. So the gripper itself could damage your models. Now, I think mine's okay. I hope mine's okay. But I wanted to give it a go anyway, because I part paint models all the time. For example, the Space Marines. Normally their bolters aren't attached and their backpacks aren't attached. Now the new Marines, the bolters come attached. You can't detach them from the Marine all the time anymore, which is annoying because you can't paint that chest eagle. But that's alright. But yeah, I could easily picture myself with another 5 of these, or another 4, so I could paint a Space Marine squad with a backpack and a bolter on each claw. But like I said, the bolters aren't separate from the model anymore. But they're good as well because they're quite rigid, the arms. Now I'm painting like I normally paint and they're not moving at all. I can imagine if you were dry brushing stuff, then this wouldn't be the best thing. But I'm not dry brushing on these, so they're fine. Now that one in the middle is actually blue tacks on, because it's only got 2 arms and not 3, but one thing I can say though, excuse me, I can see these the apertures, the arms getting very loose over time, and then you wouldn't be able to paint like this. You'd literally have to be holding the piece again. But yeah, last weekend was Warhammer Fest. A couple of friends of mine went. I didn't go because I was working, but we got lots of nice previews of stuff that's coming, which is always good from Warhammer Fest. They've actually done the model for the Blood Angel Jump Pack Dreadnought now, which I don't know if I'd be that bothered about. I mean, to me it just seems like a bit of a gimmick, but who knows. Right, excuse me. That's the silver all down. Now, what I do want to do is actually on the chainmail give it another coat. So that's what I'm going to do. I think the next part will be painting all the fleshy parts, like the tentacles and the face and stuff like that. But yeah, being Mr. Sleepyhead, I haven't really caught up much on YouTube stuff, which while painting I should really be, but I've had music on, or I've had Game of Thrones on, because now Game of Thrones is in its last season, and I haven't seen any of it, and I won't until it's finished. I'll binge watch it all in one go probably, like I always do, and then watch it again when it comes out on Blu-ray, which I always do. Now I've tried as much as I can to keep away from like spoilers and stuff, but people are making it quite hard now. That's like the Avengers Endgame. I thought about going to watch it and I didn't, and I put it off, and now people are leaking spoilers everywhere, which, if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. I don't care. But it's the same sort of people who wouldn't want people to spoil films for them, spoil it for other people. But that's alright, because I want to see Captain Marvel as well. Haven't seen that yet. Not sure when that comes out on Blu-ray, so let's have a look on Amazon a bit later, I think. So no, that might be out already. I don't think it is, but so I know season 5 of is it season 5 or season 6 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has just gone on E4. Now, I liked that up till the last season. Now, don't get me wrong, the season was good, but they kind of, excuse me, they kind of did the whole jump forward in time, jump back in time thing, and it kind of spoiled it a little bit. Right, so I've got the lead belcher done. It needs shading, but I'll shade that in a bit. But what we are going to do is get some Bugman's Glow and start painting the fleshy bits. Death Guard fleshy bits. It's not something you really want to be anywhere near, but there you go. The chair's squeaking. It's alright. yeah, like I was saying, I want to get that Reaver Titan started and finished. It's a bit overwhelming, the size of the model, so I know I'll get there eventually. So I've been thinking about getting another Forge World big model, and it's just not as big as the Reaver Titan, and not another Titan as such. Probably one of the bigger Knights, but I don't know yet. Excuse me, I don't know why I'm so tired. Well, I do know why I'm so tired, because I haven't slept much today. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on going. Now this won't be a full hour long video, because of I don't want to start falling asleep in front of you. But I really want to get some of this stuff done on these Death Guard, because I want to do an update on them. Now I haven't worked on them for the 2 days. For Friday I didn't do any painting at all, because I fell asleep, and yesterday I was busy painting other stuff, so let's just see how much I can get done. Oh, he's got one big tentacle between his legs, which is not something that most Space Marines have got, but there you go. I'm really happy that these Death Guard, I'm keeping up with them, well, more or less keeping up with them. The 40k Conquest set has been really good. I mean, there's a few bits and pieces here and there that I would have changed, but you know, like the focus on the Space Marines has been quite evident. But you know, they could have given the Death Guard a bit more attention. Don't get me wrong, they're getting plenty of attention, but in Conquest set they just it's almost like they're giving you the Space Marines to just outmatch the Death Guard all the time. Now the missions in the magazines, I've only played, in fact I haven't played any of them. It's something that's going to change in the next few months or so, I hope. I'm planning on doing how to play 40k series using 40k Conquest. It'll be a slow release thing, so it won't all be out at once. Basically what I'm going to do is work through the different phases of the game. So I'll start from like the pre-game and work my way towards the end. But yeah, we will see. Again, this guy's got like tentacles almost everywhere. But it's alright because that's what Death Guard have. Just have to excuse me for a moment. Yep, sorry about that. I just had to check on something correctly. So yeah, I mean, I know I'm jumping between projects a lot. I mean, I had, what, 5 different armies on my desk at one point the other day. Different parts from different armies. I mean, if I could focus on one army then and get it finished, it'd be great. But I know I'd get bored. So there's just no point me doing that. And this way of painting works for me. I know it works for me because it's how I've been painting for years. I'm not having single-mindedness to go for one army and just paint that till the end. I mean, the Death Guard's been good for me because it's coming out at a pace I can keep up with. It's not too overwhelming, and it's been relatively fun to do. Like, it would be nice to get a game with them. I haven't played a game with them yet, but I know I will. And I know further down the line they could fight alongside my Black Legion if we did big games and stuff like that. So that's cool. So potentially, well, honestly, I've got like 3 Chaos factions for 40k now, because the Bloodletters, the Corn Army for AOS can quite easily be used in 40k, which was the aim. The aim was to have armies that if I could take down to the club and play any game system with. I've got my Black Legion and I've got my Death Guard, so now I need to stick that back onto the holder. I need to do some fleshy work on him. I'm trying to get some painting done every day. Mostly it's working on my work days. I have the odd 1 or 2 here and there where I'm too tired to be bothered, but generally speaking I'm getting it done. Now while I upload this, I've actually got to get my Battlefleet Gothic stuff sorted out for tomorrow. I know where the box game is, it's just I've got to dig it out, for it's under a lot of other stuff. I know where all my ships are. Again, they're in a case. so that shouldn't be a problem. And yeah, carrying it to the club might be a bit of an issue, but I don't think it will. I think I've done it before, so. But one thing I do want to do, I want to get the Blackstone Fortress and the Chaos ships and put them all into that same case. Just again to cut down the number of boxes that I've got in my cupboard that are unbuilt stuff. So yeah, I think, excuse me, so I've got about a quarter of an hour left. I'm going to try to keep going. I'm struggling to, like you can hear, I'm yawning a lot. And I've not done bad. I've got some more base colours down on my Death Guard. Got some other base colours on my Bloodletters. So we're not doing too bad. I think, let's just see if I can stick some Rackar flesh down on these Death Guard. So just start painting the cloth. I want to hit the hour because I didn't last week. So I want to get the hour under my belt this week. I mean, I've been considering doing a live stream of this. It would just mean I'd have my laptop out and open, so it'd be live streaming on a webcam. I don't know what the quality would be like, so I might give it a little tester in the next couple of weeks. But we'll see. Right, so start with a Death Guard champion. I've just noticed some bits. This is the thing, when you're painting and you're a bit not on your game, you're a bit tired or whatever, you miss bits. And I've already noticed some bits that I've missed, so I will have to go back to them. Now this is Rackar flesh, it's just base coating the cloth. You could almost say he's a Dark Angel with the hood that he's wearing, but there you go. Steel trays. But yeah, all in all, it's been an okay week. Going into a new week, I want to try and keep up with my hour a day painting. We'll just have to see whether I can actually hold that out and carry on doing it or not. My next days off work are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The week after next, so I go back to work on Tuesday. I mean, yeah, 7 days in a row is a bit of a lot, but it's well paid, it's a job. so I can't really complain. I'm sorry some of this has been me sitting in silence and painting, but it is what it is. I've fallen behind with my stripping models as well. I've really got to catch up with some stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to have my ultrasonic cleaner permanently set up on my desk for the next couple of weeks or so. And just when I've got a bit of time, just strip a couple of models. I think that's all of the cloth on him. And then this guy's got a big, like, loincloth thing. It's not even a loincloth because it covers his chest. Call it it's almost like a butcher's vest, not vest, apron thing. Now again, these will need 2 coats. Rackar flesh is quite a thin pigment colour, so yeah, you need 2 coats with it, but that's fine. Right, so that's the cloth done on them. I'm going to leave that to dry for a little while and do the second coat a bit later. And I'm going to call the video there, I think, because I'm nearly hitting my hour, but not quite. I'm going to have a bit of a lay down for a little while this video is rendering. Like I said, I'm not sleeping very well, and yeah, I need to try and wake myself up again. So thank you very much if you've listened to me ramble and talk nonsense mostly today. If you like what you see, please subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. But yeah, I will see you later. Bye bye.